You open the chart again. Not because you want to, because you can't stop thinking about it. The candles move slowly across the screen. Green, red, green again. And you tell yourself the same thing you said yesterday. This trade will work. You zoom in. You zoom out. You check another time frame. You look for confirmation. One indicator says buy. Another says wait. But the market keeps moving. And suddenly your heart starts racing. Because now you're in the trade, and the price moves against you. Just a little at first. You say it's normal. Every trader says that. Just a small pullback. But the pullback gets deeper. Your eyes stay glued to the screen. You start doing the thing every trader does when they're scared. You hope. Hope the market turns. Hope the candle flips. Hope the next move saves you. But the market doesn't care about hope. It never has. And a few minutes later, you close the trade. Red numbers. Loss. Again. You sit there in silence. You tell yourself it's fine. It's part of trading. But deep down, you feel something heavier. Confusion. Because you studied. You watched the videos. You learned the patterns. You followed the strategy. So why does it keep happening? Why do so many traders keep losing? Why do accounts slowly disappear? Why do dreams of freedom slowly turn into quiet frustration? And the worst part, you don't feel lazy. You actually tried. You spent hours staring at charts, learning indicators, watching tutorials, looking for the one thing that will finally make trading work. The perfect setup, the perfect strategy, the perfect entry. Because somewhere along the way, you were told that trading is about the system. Find the right strategy and the money will come. But that belief has destroyed more traders than bad charts ever could. Because while you were searching for the perfect strategy, you ignored the real battlefield, your mind. You see, the market doesn't defeat traders with complexity. It defeats them with pressure. Pressure to act, pressure to react, pressure to fix a loss immediately. So traders jump into trades too early. They move stop losses. They close winners too quickly. They hold losers too long. Not because they're stupid, but because their emotions are louder than their discipline. And slowly, trade by trade, the account fades. This is why 90% of traders lose, not because the market is impossible, but because most people never learn to control the one thing that matters, themselves. Comfort becomes the enemy. You promise to follow your rules tomorrow. Distraction becomes the trap. You scroll social media instead of reviewing your mistakes. Routine becomes the prison. Wake up, check charts, take emotional trades, repeat. And days turn into months, months turn into years, and nothing changes. Until one moment, one quiet realization, the kind that most traders never reach, but the ones who survive always do. But here's the truth. Trading was never meant to be comfortable. It was never designed to reward excitement. The market rewards something far more rare. Control. Control over your reactions. Control over your decisions. Control over the voice inside your head that whispers, just one more trade. Because discipline in trading isn't about rules, it's about identity. It's the moment you stop seeing yourself as someone chasing money and start becoming someone who respects the process, someone who can watch the market move and still do nothing, someone who can accept a loss without chasing revenge, someone who understands that protecting capital is more powerful than chasing profits. Because discipline looks boring, it looks slow, it looks quiet. But discipline is the thing that turns chaos into clarity. It turns fear into patience. It turns random trades into intentional decisions. And eventually, it turns surviving into winning. But almost no one reaches that point, because most traders quit right before the transformation begins, right before the moment when experience becomes wisdom, right before the moment when emotion stops controlling every decision. Instead, they disappear. Another account closed. Another trader who believed the problem was the strategy, not the person using it. And the market keeps moving. It always does. New traders arrive every day, excited, hopeful, ready to conquer the charts. But the market is patient. It waits, because it knows something most beginners don't. This game isn't about intelligence. It's about endurance. It's about who can stay disciplined long enough to outlast their own bad habits. So the real question was never, can you find a profitable strategy? The real question has always been something deeper. When the losses come, when the emotions rise, when the market tests your patience again and again, will you become the trader who learns to master himself? Or will you slowly become part of the 90% who quietly disappear from the charts forever?